2K Sports pregame show.
Okay, basketball fans, with me, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. I'm Ernie Johnson. You're watching 2K Sports, but you know that already. Tonight, it's the Memphis Grizzlies as they'll be playing against the Phoenix Suns here at their home. For Phoenix, they're keeping pace with their win total from last season, holding steady, though they'd like to move the needle and continue to improve. And for the Memphis Grizzlies, the grit and grind era over the last few years brought franchise-changing success. But Kenny, the competition out west, man, it's really fierce.
Yeah, I do like Memphis because they have like great leadership from their vets. You know, not always able to get it done on the court, but the leadership to stay the course is what's impressive about them. And they could stay in contention.
You know, they've retooled without rebuilding. Whether they're winning or losing, their attitude and approach has always been professional.
You like Memphis? You like the city of Memphis?
I like Memphis. Beale Street, baby.
Beale Street, yeah. Barbecue.
Barbecue chicken alert.
You know what I like about it, that Beale Street?
What?
It's Canendus.
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 He's trying to do a Shaqism, but says it instead of tremendous, it's Ken Mendes.
Okay, got it. Oh, Ken Mendes. All right, I got it.
Okay, didn't work.
That was the weakest attempt
I'm just trying.
I have ever heard in the history of
I guess my name doesn't fit in like
the
this.
history of broadcasting. That was Ken Mendes.
That was
Ken Mendes.
maybe it was maybe it was Ken Awful.
Yeah,
it was beyond Ken Awful.
What about Shaqtendus?
That was Ken Mendes.
It's a Western Conference battle here in Phoenix as the Suns look to work the home court advantage. Well, before you look ahead to your busy week, sit down, relax, pull up a chair as we bring you another NBA broadcast. And thanks for sharing part of your weekend with us. With David Aldridge on our sideline, and here with me, Greg Anthony and Steve Smith, this is Kevin Harlan. You look at the Grizzlies. They've hit a rough spot here early, but still have plenty of time in their season to find their way out.
And there's history, some bad blood between these two teams that makes it all the more interesting.
These are two clubs that know each other well, the strengths, the weaknesses. It's going to be a tactical battle.
In the early part of the season, Steve, if the chemistry isn't working, what can you do to try to fix that chemistry issue?
You know, obviously the general manager and the coaches, this is where they have to be communicating amongst one another, and they have to have a great feel, because if it's not working, and this is where you have to look at maybe benching some guys or possibly trading somebody. But that's where communication comes in. You got to have it from management to coaching to players.
Players want to know, don't they? They don't want to be left in the dark. At least they want to know the lay of the land for it.
Most of the great organizations, the communication's out front, and that's what players love. They love the trust factor from management to coaches to organizations.
All fueled up and ready to go. Brought to you by Gatorade. Let's check out who's on the floor. So the Grizzlies 5 right now. Jackson down low with Gasol. Conley out there with Brooks. And it's Anderson in at the 3.
And there's the first bucket of the evening.
Should be an interesting game. Both teams coming in ready to do battle.
Inside. Here's Gasol. That's no good. Misses his first shot of the night. Now let's send it over to David Aldridge, who was able to talk with J.B. Bickerstaff.
Well, Kevin, no surprise he said their focus has to be on defense when you're going up against a team that's so crafty on offense. He said we have to avoid mental lapses because they will take advantage. And we'll see if they're on their game tonight, Kevin.
David, thanks as always. Their goal early on is a simple one, keeping those opposing shooters from getting hot.
Yeah, and so defensively, they can't get tied into any one strategy. It might take a few different approaches here before they find one that works.
Greg, the reason why is you're never sure which of their shooters is going to get hot. The matchups will change depending on who's doing the most damage.
And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. For Phoenix, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And Booker kicks to Warren. Down low, deflects the pass. Stolen by Michael Conley. Booker the pass to Bridges, and it's good for 2. Bridges has got his second bucket of the night.
You have to credit the pinpoint pass for making that play possible.
Brooks finds Jackson. Back to Brooks. Shoots the 3. They grab their own miss. It's Gasol missing.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
And it's Gasol with the rebound. Memphis has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Brooks, left side. Got a hand on it. And here is Bridges. In the game against Toronto. Very impressive. Pass to Bender. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Bender's got his first basket.
You can't do much to combat Bender when he's that close inside. He's just too long and too good in the paint.
So timeout called here. The first for Memphis.
And what a summer it was for the Suns. Landed the top pick in the draft, taking Aiden, and brought in some talent through free agency as well. Booker signing that extension solidified a very productive summer for the Suns. Having 2 young players that complement each other so well is huge for an up-and-coming team like the Suns.
Now here's Jackson. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against the Utah Jazz.
And his shot blocking almost single-handedly changed the game. No one wanted to put up a shot with him lurking.
Now here's Bender. Following the miss by Michael Conley. Here's Ariza. The rebound by Anderson. The Grizzlies trail by 6. Brooks kicks to Conley. Outside Gasol. Drills the 3-pointer. Gasol's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3.
You can't afford to leave one of Conley's teammates wide open. He will make you pay.
Bridges passes to Bender. And here is Warren. Pass to Bridges. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Suns shooting their first free throws of this game.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one misses.
Last year, a devastating season for the Memphis Grizzlies, especially on the offensive end. Dead last in field goals attempted and in field goals made.
He hits the second from the line. On talking about the Grizzlies, part of that low offensive output is that they tend to play at a slower pace.
Typically, the Grizzlies are known for a grit and grind philosophy, and that lends itself to a slow, bruising style of play. Last year, they tried to play faster, but didn't really have the personnel to pull it off.
Suns leading by 4. To the paint, here's Bender. Good, and a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got 3 assists in the game.
Sharing the basketball. Plenty of guys talk about it, but not everyone does it.
Now here's Gasol. He had an 18-point outing in the last game against the Utah Jazz.
He owned the glass in that one, too. No one could put a body on him. Assertive in the painted area. This is what every coach preaches.
And so here's Phoenix. The Grizzlies making the shot. And there's a whistle. That goes on Dylan Brooks. That's his first foul. kicks it out to Ariza. A three-pointer is right on target.
And three-pointers constituting the majority of Ariza's shot attempts in recent years. He won't hesitate.
Now here is Conley. Coming in off a 21-point game his last outing. Anderson outside. Passes it to Gasol. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
We know he can shoot it from the outside, but I love to see Mark down there on the block.
Bridges kicks to Booker. Now the pass to Bender. Over Gasol. Outside Warren. And it's off from three-point range. And the Grizzlies, they come in off a loss to Utah.
Yeah, they were able to keep it close for the most part, but you could just tell they were not in sync as a unit.
Communication seemed to be missing, and if you want to come away with a lot of wins, you have to have that.
Here's Warren following the score by Memphis. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, still moving a little bit when he set that screen. He'll argue that he was set, but I really didn't think so.
That's the modern-day NBA. Complain about the call and hope the next one goes your way.
Now here is Conley. No points in the game yet for him. And he uses the glass on the layup.
And if you're the defense, you have to do a better job against Mike Conley. You can't let him get these inside looks.
Bridges passes to Warren. To the wing on the left. To the inside. Gasol with the steal. Brooks feeling it out a bit. Outside Gasol. Memphis moving it around. And that'll be Memphis as it goes out of bounds. Grizzlies retain possession. Richaun Holmes, he's checked in for the Suns. The Grizzlies also making a change. Shelvin Max checked in for Dylan Brooks. Conley left side. Anderson outside. Just 5 to shoot. And stolen by Booker. Stolen by Jackson. Anderson against Ariza. And there's Marc Gasol on the assist by Anderson. Gasol's got 7.
And this has been a great job of just getting into the middle of that defense and really scoring effectively from the paint.
And first time out of the game called for Phoenix.
And you watch Kyle Henderson out there. They call him slow-mo for how he moves on the court. Just one of those jack-of-all-trades type of players on offense, and wasn't known for his defense, but has put in a lot of work to improve in that area.
Here's what Phoenix has got going on right now. Ryan Anderson, he's checked in for Dragan Bender. Jackson comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Crawford in for Bridges. Then for the Grizzlies, JaMychal Green, he's checked in for Jackson. And it's Caspian for Anderson. Holmes kicks to Booker. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Anderson. And it's off the back rim. No good. And with Anderson, the defense has been a focus for him the last few seasons.
And even though Anderson doesn't get up and down the floor fast, he still has quick hands and feet. Is being asked to guard some of the top forwards in the league for this team and wants players to try and shoot over him so he can use his length. Considers it a win if his assignment takes a jumper and doesn't get around it.
Anderson's shot is off.
That was very tight defense. He tried to force the layup anyway. I think that was a questionable decision.
Mack, good.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Crawford. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Now here's Matt. 9-point game his last outing. Anderson against Gasol. Over Anderson. And a kind roll that time off the rim as that one falls. 9 points for Marc Gasol.
Once he's dialed in, helping to dictate the flow of this game.
Booker finds Holmes. Now here's Jackson. Back to Booker. Over Conley. No good from Booker.
just doing the job on the backboard.
For the Phoenix Suns, they're coming off a good outing against the Raptors. Mack, no luck. And so Crawford will bring it up for the Suns. 6-point game. Drains the three-pointer. Booker's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Conley kicks to Gasol. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
See, this is how you dictate the flow of the game. He's been lit this quarter.
And the Suns call time. Steve, we're seeing a lot of big contracts that include a no-trade clause. Just how much peace of mind does that give a player to know that clause is in that contract?
Kevin, I'm so jealous. I wish I had a no-trade clause on a lot of my teams. Some of those teams I got traded from, I didn't want to go. And I think it does, like you said, give these players a peace of mind to understand they are in control of their destiny. And then you can see sometimes it gets a little ugly when the organization wants to trade those players, but they can't.
Well, it basically handcuffs an organization. They can't make the moves like the Knicks with Carmelo Anthony. They were tied up a lot of the times because he would say, no, I don't want to go to that particular team.
Yeah, and the Knicks, they only can fault themselves. They gave him the no-trade clause.
Right.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Good, and the nice assist from Mack. And it's 13 points for Marc Gasol.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Crawford passes to Holmes. Outside Jackson. Crawford outside. Another three for Phoenix.
Crawford has been a solid outside shooter throughout his lengthy career. Got to at least get an arm up as he's going up.
1:46 left in the first. Here's Gasol. And another basket for Memphis.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Suns trail by 4. Crawford kicks to Holmes. To the middle. Here's Booker. Tipped away. We've got 1:18 left to play here in the first. Now here's Matt, guarded by Crawford. Pass to Selden. Gasol against Anderson. Here's Mack. A three-pointer off the mark.
If you're trying to keep the defense honest, that's the one you really have to make.
And Booker kicks to Holmes. Good ball movement here by the Suns. And the foul called on Jamal Crawford. That's his first foul. And the Suns making a change here. Daniels has checked in. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Parsons has checked in. Mack finds Green. And play stops. Whistle on what looks to be an illegal screen.
And that's a tough one. But on those illegal screen calls, the defender's never going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Some guys, they just know how to get away with it, and some don't.
Suns trail by 4. 36 seconds left here in the opening quarter. It's Crawford with the drive.
Crawford is very tricky, so good at drawing contact and getting chances at the line.
This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
Jamal Crawford has won the 6th Man of the Year more times than any other player in NBA history. Just might have to name that award after him before it's all said and done.
And so Jamal Crawford nails both of them. And for years, the Memphis Grizzlies defined mid-level success in the NBA, but not last season.
Before last year, they made the playoffs 7 straight seasons. Never played in a championship, but always seemed a player or two short. Now they're finally rebuilding.
Yep, that one goes in there. And the Grizzlies lead by 4.
Jermichael Green with the height and the bounce to do some damage inside.
Crawford kicks to Anderson. In the corner, Daniels. Off target from outside. With 1 on the clock, and that one is off. A big-time effort for Marc Gasol, providing a lot of energy for Memphis. They kept going to him again and again, and he delivered with a monster quarter. We'll get right back to the action when we return. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley, said his inspiration growing up was none other than Gary Payton.
He was one of my favorite players growing up. I had Gary Payton jersey, I had the shoes, everything. So when I looked at a player, I was like, you know, he plays on both ends. I want to be able to do that too.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Payton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
Aggressive defense in that first period. They forced several miscues.
These guys have quick hands. You have to protect the ball around all of them.
We've got Josh Jackson, Rashawn Holmes out there with Ryan Anderson, and it's Crawford, and it's Daniels in at the shooting guard position. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns. Here is Caspi. No points in the game yet for him. Matt. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Well, guys, Devin Booker is a 20-point-per-game scorer since his 2nd season in the league, and he knows you have to have confidence to be a great shooter. He said, know the work you've put in, trust your game. Just because you miss shots, you can't doubt yourself. They're supposed to fall, and they will if you keep shooting. Kevin?
Next shot mentality for sure. Thanks, DA.
And that's from beyond, guys, right back at you.
This is looking more like an all-star game right now. Everyone launching from range.
There's Jackson with the 3. Kept alive. Kicks it out to Crawford. Launches a 3. Goes up again. And Anderson gets it to go.
A terrific offensive rebounder. Here he is doing it again.
Pass to Caspi. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Suns.
Taking a look at some numbers for Matt. Last season's performance for him. Last season put up about 7 points a game, 4 assists and 2 rebounds. And the numbers won't wow you, but I like the effort he brings to the table each and every night.
You need guys who understand their roles. Carry them out without complaint. Everything he does is for the team.
Here is Daniels. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Anderson passes to Daniels. Crawford outside. 6 to shoot. Over Mack. And the shot is long. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Nobody near Parsons. Rebounded by Holmes. Daniels passes to Anderson. Ball's not loose, and it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Warren's checked in for Phoenix. Reza comes in for Josh Jackson. Jackson, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Green finds Matt. That's tipped. Parsons passes to Green. Back to Parsons. Just 5 on the clock. Goes up to the stripe. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 5 rebounds tonight. Ariza passes to Crawford. Fires it up. And the Suns miss again. And here's Mack now. He'll bring it up for Memphis. They've only allowed 5 points in the quarter. Fires for 3. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down to just 2 points from the bucket from Crawford.
Give Crawford too much space, he will burn you for it. This pull-up jumper is on point.
And Steve, the way JaMychal Green got here, a terrific story.
Went undrafted, Kevin, did the G League thing, bounced around, but then he started to put it all together. Now he's a guy you can count on to give you good minutes.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Bender, he's checked in for Rashawn Holmes, and it's Bridges in for Jamal Crawford. Memphis also making some changes. Anderson, he's checked in for JaMychal Green. Brooks comes in for Wayne Selden, and it's Conley in for Mack. Now here's Conley. Jackson gets to Conley. Fires the 3. Phoenix grabs the miss. This game coming on the heels of their win against Toronto.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still their ability to stay composed was impressive.
When things come too easy, it's easy to lose focus, but they held each other accountable and played hard.
Jackson finds Anderson. Now here's Conley. Defense right on him. Passes it to Jackson. And that one falls coming off Conley's feet. Jackson's got 5.
And they've done a great job knocking down those long-range shots here in the second, shooting just over 40% from downtown.
Ariza outside. Inside, and stolen by Parsons. Dishes to Conley. A floater. That one's not going to go. Now the Suns take it the other way. Their next game playing at home as the Nets come into town. And that'll be the 4th of this 5-game homestand.
Nice block by Anderson. Can't get too high off the ground, but uses that 7'3" wingspan to full effect.
Now here's Brooks. Outside Conley. They double team Conley. And the ball's tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And Phoenix has possession. Daniels with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Puts it up. And it comes off the front of the rim.
One could argue that's a good shot, but maybe not the right shooter to take it.
Conley, the pass to Anderson. Back to Conley. 6 to shoot. Out of bounds. Phoenix will take possession. And a look now at the breakdown between 3-point and 2-point shots attempted here tonight for Memphis.
It really struck a nice balance between long-range shooting and also attacking the rim. That keeps the defense off balance and keeps things flowing offensively.
Now Daniels. And the pass to Ariza. Parsons against Warren. Here's Ariza. But they recover it. And stolen by Parsons. And even 3-on-3 break. It's deflected. Bridges with the steal. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. And that one, good. Ariza's got 5.
Man, he runs the floor with a purpose that time. Excellent play.
You know what? And a late reaction by the transition D. Takes it himself uncontested.
Now here's Conley. He kicks it to Brooks. Back to Conley. 5 on the clock. Finds the hole for the second time from the floor. Now 2 for 5.
Conley takes good, high-quality shots. When the defense lays off him, he makes them regret that.
Daniels passes to Ariza. And stolen by Parsons. Jackson has the open look. A three-pointer off the mark. Suns trail by 5. Daniels kicks to Warren. Back to Daniels. Here's Ariza. No good. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Last time they met was in Memphis.
And the last meeting of these two teams, they were really sharp defensively, disrupting the flow of their offense and causing a ton of turnovers.
They wreaked havoc on the defensive end and really held the pace of the game in their favor for the entire game.
Daniels with it. Brooks covering. Bridges, no one around him. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim. 7 points in the game.
Well, this is what every coach emphasizes. Keep your head up. Be willing to make the extra pass.
Wasted no time on that one. And the Grizzlies lead by 5. Steve, while he was interim head coach last season, J.B. Bickerstaff certainly won over the players' approval.
Marc Gasol said he's done a tremendous job with the tools he was given and with what he was allowed to do. Mike Conley simply stated he deserves this job. The Grizzlies brass was impressed enough that they didn't conduct a coaching search.
Conley with the 3. The kick out to Anderson. Second shot opportunity, and the layup is good.
Way to convert through contact, Kyle, with excellent body control.
Now, here's Bridges. He has 7. Down low. Here's Bender. That shot missing. Now Memphis takes it the other way. Anderson with the ball. Now defended by Warren. And Brooks gets it to go.
The playmaking ability of Kyle Anderson combines great floor vision with his height and feel.
Daniels passes to Bridges. On the wing, Daniels. Over by Conley. A 3 from Warren. No good. Shot missing. Parsons with some nice D.
Solid rebound there. And with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
I mean, he's struggling, hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Clearly a foul. And remember, T.J. Warren, he averaged 25 a game his second season at NC State. You want to know his role in the NBA? It's quite simple. A professional scorer.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw good from Warren. And with Warren, with kind of an old school approach, Greg, very active with his mid-range game.
And this guy can get buckets around that rim. As he stretches his range, I think he'll only get more and more dangerous.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Anderson, he's checked in for Dragan Bender. Jackson comes in for Trevor Ariza. And it's Booker in for Daniels. Memphis leading by 5. Conley kicks to Gasol. Falls right in. He is 8 for 11 with that shot.
What I love about Marc Gasol, he's a total team player, but also capable of taking over offensively.
Booker with it. Conley picks him up. 18 feet out. The Grizzlies pull it in. Jackson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Anderson wide open, and he can't extend the lead to double digits. The drive by Booker, and there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul, shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. There's the call. Memphis gets the foul.
Foul. Elbow. 2.
Smitty, you had an unbelievable career. Was there any chance or opportunity that you did not take that you wish you had?
You know, Kevin, it's 3 of them. One, I had a chance to be traded to the New York Knicks. I always wondered what it would be like to play in New York. They call that the Mecca. I didn't take that chance. I think second was to get a chance to play overseas at the end of my career. I think those are the two things that I wish I had a chance to go back. I would make a different choices.
Free throw good, Booker.
And getting to the line and hitting your free throws, a good way to get back into the game. It stops the clock and extends the game and allows you the opportunity to set your defense. They've been perfect from the line so far here in the second quarter.
Rashawn Holmes, he's checked in for the Suns. Then for the Grizzlies, Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Jackson. Caspi comes in for Anderson, and Shelvin Max subbed in for Dylan Brooks.
Another made free throw. He can get on these kinds of rolls. Great focus.
They get it back. Gasol, a strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Gasol's got 19 points.
Marc Gasol does so many things. One of my favorite attributes, toughness and grit he brings to this team.
Outside Warren. Kicks it to Booker. Jackson in the corner. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Here's Holmes. Puts the fadeaway right on the money.
Yeah, that's one of his specialties, just squaring up from medium range.
Yeah, he has the height to shoot over most any defender and the touch to make it with consistency.
And the shot is good. And that's 21 points for Marc Gasol.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Jackson kicks to Anderson. Jackson passes to Anderson. Back to Jackson. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
Yeah, he's like a surgeon down low operating in the paint. He is incredibly effective there.
Pass to Gasol. Again, Memphis.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Outside Jackson. Feeds it to Warren. And here is Holmes. Pass to Jackson. Over Mack. That one's good, and the Grizzly lead is cut down now to just 5 on the basket from Jackson.
And how about the attack mode mentality that Jackson possesses? You can see there, even on the mid-range, he is looking to be aggressive.
And so it looks like the Grizzlies will retain possession here. Caspi for 3. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists tonight. And so it's the Memphis Grizzlies holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. They're playing a bruising game inside, and it's working for them. We come back right after this.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, folks. Good to have you back. Ernie Johnson with Kenny the Jet Smith and the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA Halftime Show on 2K Sports. Marc Gasol playing terrific basketball in this one. He had 23 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 steal. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. What'd you think, Shaq, about the first half we saw from the Grizzlies?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket. Just shoot the high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, the more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, your take on Phoenix.
Well, the perimeter D is just too loose. I mean, there's no excuse for letting the team rain that many threes on you. And at that higher percentage, guys aren't fighting through screens. They're not staying with their shooters. They're not helping out. Just bad basketball on a defensive end. They've got to tighten it up on a high level in the second half.
And that's going to do it for our halftime show, sadly. Third quarter about to start. See you again after the final.
Horn. Oh, buzzer.
And if you're just joining us in this one, first half is in the books. 1 half to go. It's been a clinic out there by Marc Gasol.
Unbelievable the way he dominated that offensive glass in those first 2 quarters. Just a great effort for him for the entire half.
He bullied his way inside for a ton of rebounds, and until they get a body on him, he's just going to keep coming at him.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. And so it's Conley bringing up the ball for the Grizzlies. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Tipping off the second half. Here's J.B. Bickerstaff's 5. Anderson at the small forward and Jackson at the 4. Brooks is out there with Conley. And it's Gasol in at the center, filling out the middle. The Grizzlies shooting their first free throws tonight. The first trip to the stripe in this one.
And look back a season ago. They did a solid job at the line. About 79% of their free throws.
Shooting 2.
That's good from Jackson. There's a real art, isn't there, Steve, to drawing charges? Who are some of the best at doing that you see now on a game-to-game basis?
You know, DeMarcus Cousins stands out because he's a center. You're used to seeing centers block shots.
Right.
But he can get in position and take charges. Draymond Green loves to take charges. Kemba Walker does it from the point guard position. Marcus Smart, Patrick Beverly. Those are some of the names, and the list goes on and on.
And those guys are tough guys, too. They have a toughness, grit factor about it.
Yeah, you got to have that, Kevin, if you're going to bounce your head off the floor.
Now, here's Ariza. Booker outside. Fires the 3. Hits the three-point bomb. Booker's got 8 points.
The defender was pretty much helpless right there. This man had a clear height advantage, and he got the exact kind of shot he wanted.
Jackson kicks to Conley. The 3. Memphis the rebound. Lost contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
And they're controlling the boards, Kevin. That's +5 in that category.
You have to love what Marc Gasol gives you offensively. Can score facing up, back to the basket, and one of the best passing centers in the game.
One shot.
And talking about Gasol, also an impact guy on the defensive end of the floor.
Yes, Kevin, he has the size, the length, and the instincts. Defensive Player of the Year in 2013. A true cornerstone for your team.
Kicks it out to Booker. The three-pointer, no good. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Anderson finds Gasol. Here's Brooks. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
What I like about Dillon Brooks, the maturity. Physically, he came in NBA ready, and he already played a lot of important minutes for a great college team.
Well, Steve, with Dillon Brooks, a second-round pick, his rookie season was a tremendous success.
I agree. He shot the ball well, contributed on both ends of the floor. Really good rotational player, still with a tremendous upside.
That free throw, no good. And Dillon Brooks, the former Pac-12 Player of the Year. Greg with a great start to his career.
Yeah, I was shocked that Brooks ended up going 45th overall in that 2017 draft. He just plays within himself, but still is aggressive in terms of looking for his shot. It looks like he'll be a strong scoring option for the team as he continues to develop.
Bridges passes to Booker. He kicks it to Warren. Ariza outside. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Conley with the three. Jackson dishes to Gasol.
He's a handful inside. Marc Gasol taking it right at the defense, and he created some of that contact.
The Grizzlies have shot 80% from the line tonight, going 4 of 5 so far.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And starting out in the shadow of his older brother Powell, Marc Gasol, Steve, has become a superstar in his own right.
Multiple All-Star games, an All-NBA first team in 2015, and it's not just the production, it's the leadership.
And so Marc Gasol nails both of them.
One of the best all-around bigs in the league. Gasol continues to modernize his game.
Booker looking around. Passes it to Warren. Back to Booker. Here's Ariza. 6 on the shot clock. And the Suns miss again.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Brooks right side. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Mikal Bridges picks
2
one
shots.
up.
Foul. 2.
The Grizzlies have put up good numbers at the charity stripe, converting 6 of 7.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Brooks. And both free throws good for Brooks. Suns trail by 15. Ariza kicks to Bender. Back to Ariza. To the middle. Shot to stop the run. And Bender throws it down.
And the mobility that Bender has is incredible. Just so fast to the cup after he sets the screen.
Memphis has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Conley finds Anderson. Gasol with it. Ariza covering. Left side Anderson. Now the pass to Brooks. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Anderson's shot is off.
Terrible beginning to the second half. Just 1 of 5 so far.
In the corner, it's Bridges. The three-pointer, no good. They get a hand on it, and the Grizzlies leading by 13. Anderson passes to Conley. Gasol on the high post. Over Bender. No good off the back of the rim.
I can tell you right now, the coach loved everything about that shot except the result.
They get it back.
Gasol with those long arms is a shot blocking expert, especially down low.
Jackson from long range. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 5 assists in the game. Timeout called. The Suns.
A tremendous floor leader. Amazing that Conley's only averaged around 6 assists a game for his career.
All right, a chance to check out stats for Gasol. He's coming off an excellent season. He averaged about 17 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists. And for a reserve big man, not a big drop-off when he checks in the game.
Totally. You want your team to at least hold court when the reserves come in. He definitely keeps you solid up front.
Steve, you're talking about Conley, a guy who gives you much more than what you see on the stat sheet.
What he does, he controls the pace, the rhythm, understands how to manage the game, and he does it all with great efficiency.
And it's always fantastic whenever Bender shows off his passing, a 7-footer with a great feel for the game.
Now here's Conley. He's got 6 outside Gasol. Back to Conley. Plenty of space. Out to Brooks. Pass to Anderson. At the elbow, it's Gasol. And it's Brooks in the corner. His 3-pointers off the mark. And so Booker will bring it up for the Phoenix Suns. It's good. Booker's got 10.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Pass to Gasol. Back to Conley. Goes up the baseline, and it goes down 2 points. He's got 8.
Conley is just a knockdown scorer from the mid-range, senses the separation and cashes in easily.
Bridges kicks to Warren. Passes it to Booker. Bridges against Brooks. And here is the shot chart as we see how things are going for Gasol.
And everything he's touched has turned to gold. If you are on defense, you have to make sure all 5 players know exactly where he is at all times, because if he gets a sliver of a look, he'll get it done.
And the first one at the line is good. Daniels, he's checked in for Trevor Ariza. And Memphis also making a switch. Parsons checked in for Dylan Brooks. So he gets them both. Memphis leading by 12. Anderson with the ball. Bridges covering. No one near Conley as he lets it go. Knocks down the 3 ball.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Here is Daniels. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. And good that time.
Surveying the defense there. He makes a terrific read.
Grizzlies shooting is leaving something to be desired. Just 36% here in the 3rd quarter. Anderson kicks to Gasol. Back to Anderson. Over in the corner, Conley. 5 to shoot. Shot from the wing. And it falls over the rim and in. Conley's got 7 now in this quarter.
Conley, picture-perfect form on that shot.
Conley against Booker. Bridges with it. He's got 11. He dishes it to Daniels. Warren kicks to Bender over Gasol. And with that shot, the Grizzly lead is cut down again to 13 points with the basket from Bender.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, it seems every season new records are set for the number of 3-pointers made and attempted. It's proven to be successful, and of course, it is a copycat league. It's hard to know why it took so long for everyone to catch on, but now that they have, the effects continue to ripple throughout the league.
They sure have, David. Thank you. For Memphis, they have shot the ball well from the free throw line, 8 of 9. And the Suns here with a different look. Anderson, he's checked in for Bender. Rashawn Holmes comes in for T.J. Warren. Jackson, he's checked in for Bridges. And it's Crawford in for Daniels. So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Jermichael Green, he's checked in for Jackson. Caspi comes in for Chandler Parsons. Selden's checked in for Kyle Anderson. And Max subbed in for Mike Conley.
And I love the confidence with which Jackson plays. Even when the D is bodying him up, he just powers through it.
Here is Caspi. He has 6. Back to Green. To the left wing, 18 feet out. The rebound by Anderson. Suns trail by 12. Jackson finds Holmes. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Jackson's got 3 assists in the game. Now Mack. 5 points in the game. Gasol is doubled. Here's Green, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
The big fella loves to pass. Marc Gasol with the vision and court awareness to do it from anywhere on the floor.
The Grizzlies have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. Dragan Bender, he's checked in for the Suns.
One shot.
Free throw good, Green.
And they're doing a better job of working themselves to the line here in the second half.
And Igor Kokoshkov wants a timeout here. Well, the NBA has had 3 referee crews for quite a while. Steve, do you think adding a 4th ref would help in any way?
No, I think it'll get a little bit crowded on the floor. I would love to see, I know they won't go back, I love the 2 referee situation. I look at it right now, referee A calls a call, referee B calls a call. It just feels like referee C has to make the next call or get up far as even with the other referees. I would love to see them go back to a 2 referee situation.
Now here's Bender. He's got 8. And Booker kicks to Bender. And a miss there on the triple.
Great perimeter D. Gave a good shooter absolutely no room to operate.
Mack with the ball. Working on Booker. The 10-footer. Rejected by Booker. And Green gets it to go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
Now here's Crawford. He's guarded closely. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Yeah, and those illegal screens have really become a point of emphasis for the officials.
Yeah, so many of these can go either way. Very difficult for the screener to stay 100% motionless.
Gasol dishes to Caspi. They get a hand on it. Gasol passes to Mack. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Gasol's got 3 assists tonight.
He has that ability to make plays for his teammates. Marc Gasol has developed into one of the best passers we have at that position.
Now here's Bender. Booker finds Holmes. Can they get it? Doesn't get it to drop for him. Great D that time from Green. Here's Selden. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got 7 rebounds in the game. Crawford left side. And again, it's the Suns missing. Memphis leading by 18. The pass to Green. And again, it's Memphis with the 3.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been triples.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Holmes kicks to Jackson. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
And Josh Jackson, the 4th pick in that 2017 draft out of Kansas, a hyper-athletic 6'8", and he's got the handles, I think, to become a terrific slasher in the league.
Two.
No good on the free throw. And Jackson plays with a great motor. He's got some grit in his game.
I mean, he's a competitor. I mean, plays with that chip on both shoulders, but give me a guy who cares. As a coach, better to have guys you need to rein in rather than those you have to kind of force to be aggressive.
And he's good on the second.
And they are excited about Jackson, a high motor guy with a ton of room to grow and also displays terrific leadership on both ends.
And so Booker will bring it up for Phoenix. Bender. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. That's 10 points for Dragan Bender.
And not relying at all on the three-point shot. They may want to rethink about stretching the defense a bit like they did in that first half.
Now here's Gasol. He has 29. Back to Caspi. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Caspi's got 8.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Now here's Holmes. Kicks it to Jackson. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
I tell you what, you gotta love his focus there. Jackson really terrific at just muscling through the contact. Takes a lot of pride in his ability to take the hit and still finish.
One shot. One shot.
That one misses from Jackson. Memphis with the ball. They're on a 13-5 run here. Selden can't hit. Suns trail by 18. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
No, I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
The Suns have shot 10 of 13 from the free throw line. Free throw good, Booker. And the Suns making a change here. Ariza's checked in. Both shots good from the stripe. 32 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Mack. He's got 8 over Ariza. Mack, good. Mack's got 5 points in the quarter.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
Here's Booker, rejected by Gasol. And here is Mack. 10 points for him. An emphatic alley-oop jam.
And how about the communication between teammates on that alley-oop?
And that's what you need to pull that thing off. And here's Booker from the arc. The shot, no good. And so it's Memphis closing out the quarter with a 20-point lead. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. Back right after this. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game, and it's presented as always by State Farm.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed, and you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Crawford out there with Devin Booker. Then there's Rashawn Holmes. Then it's Trevor Ariza. And it's Jackson in at the small forward. So that's the lineup on the floor for the Suns.
You know, Jamal Crawford's just a great team player. He will take the shot, but if he sees a teammate more open, then he'll zip it right to him.
Here's Green. Phoenix able to drain the 3. Back to Mack. Brooks with no one around. Good, and the nice assist from Mack. Mack's got 3 assists now in this one. Here's Booker. Steve, do you think the NBA is heading to a place where ideal lineups will have 5 capable playmakers on the floor, like a more of a positionless game?
Yeah, I think so, Kevin. I think right now teams are trying to find a guy that's 6'7", 6'8", that defensively can play, guys that are larger, and then on offensive end, somewhat a la Draymond Green, can run point guard for you. So I think right now that's the size and skill set people are looking forward to.
Wait a minute, you just described yourself.
The only difference was we had guys that was 7'2", 7'3", 350, so I had to play the guard position.
Two shots. Relax on the first.
The first one falls. Warren's checked in for Josh Jackson. And the Grizzlies also with the sub. Anderson's checked in. And so he hits both. Memphis leading by 15. Here's Mack. Anderson outside. Brooks for 3. Rebounded by Holmes. Holmes got his 8th rebound here tonight. Booker the pass to Ariza. Good. And a nice assist from Booker. Booker's got his 7th assist here tonight.
Such an accurate shooter off the pass. Ariza, a quick thinker who knows he can score in those situations.
Now here's Anderson. Now the dish to Gasol. Left side Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Brooks misses.
He is really forcing things now. Doesn't have to do it because his teammates are picking up the slack.
Warren finds Booker. Over Mack. And the shot is good. The Grizzly lead has been cut to just 11 points in the basket from Booker.
See, in this half, I feel like he's a much different shooter. Calm, focused, and letting things come to him.
Outside, Green. Back to Mack. A 3-ball. And no good that time. Now the Suns take it the other way. Here's Booker. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
First free throw is good. Bridges, he's checked in for Phoenix. The Grizzlies also changing it up. Jackson comes in for Jermichael Green, and it's Mike Conley in for Shelvin Mack. And so he makes both from the line. And the Grizzlies with possession here. They have a 9-point lead. Conley with it. Now guarded by Booker. With the floater. Oh, that's blocked. Inside. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And when they desperately needed to get things turned around, they were able to rally and get back into it.
This was all sparked by their defense. They got some stops, and they did it in a hurry.
Free throw good, Booker. So it's the Grizzlies now. 6-point game. Timeout called, the Grizzlies.
And as of late, they have not looked good at all. Actually, they've been dominated.
And the worst part, they're starting to get down on themselves. Really need that one big play to spark some life back into them.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, let's swing it over to David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, during that last break, I heard J.B. Bickerstaff talking with his team. He gave them props for their defense. He said, the defense has been outstanding. Keep pressuring them, forcing turnovers, and we can win this one, guys.
Now Conley. Trevor Ariza missing from long range. Gasol looking around. And Trevor Ariza is going to pick up a foul here. That's his third foul of the game. On defense, the Suns. They've played a great fourth quarter defensively, allowing only 3 points. And here's Phoenix. They're on a 17-3 run. Bridges kicks to Warren. Ariza outside. Come on. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Ariza. And a quick look now at how the Memphis Grizzlies schedule is shaping up. On Monday, they'll take on Steph Curry and the Golden State Warriors. Then on Wednesday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
And looking at that Jazz matchup, that's a contest that could easily go either way. Small mistakes could be the difference, and both teams will need to be at their best.
The fadeaway. Gasol's shot is good. Gasol's got 31 points.
You can tell he is on a mission down the stretch. Attack offensively and build on this lead.
And Booker kicks to Warren. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And you can see what the emphasis was at halftime. Here in the second, a lot more effort to get the ball inside, and it's starting to pay dividends.
One shot.
That free throw good from Warren. And the Grizzlies leading by 5. Conley, the pass to Jackson. And he makes good on the layup.
He turned on the Jets. As soon as he got that screen, they went right to the hole. Great decision making there.
Booker finds Ariza. Nice ball movement by Phoenix. A nice shot by Booker.
And just carrying over from his last game. Completely dialed in. You can sense his confidence.
I totally agree. Heat check after heat check. He realizes, man, I'm still hot.
Here's Conley. Devin Booker picking up that last basket. Conley, the pass to Jackson. Over Booker. Here's Gasol. It's deflected. And Booker kicks to Ariza. They get it back. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Now just a 3-point Memphis lead.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Over to the wing. Conley with the 3. That shot is in, just like 6 others have been for him. He's shooting 7 for 15.
Here we go. His second made from beyond the arc in the second half after having no such luck in the first.
Bridges passes to Ariza. Down low. And Booker kicks to Holmes. Over Jackson. That one wide left.
Not sure of the thought process on that one. Really bad shot selection.
Well, you're playing for the team, not just yourself. They needed much better execution that trip down the floor.
Great positioning on the putback. And the Grizzlies lead by 8.
Oh, big time put back there. What a great motor on this guy.
There is no one who goes after those rebounds harder. Booker finds Warren. Ariza against Anderson. Ariza passes to Booker. From past the arc. Ariza no luck.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight, it's held them back.
Ariza against Anderson. Pass to Conley. And there's Gasol. That's good on the assist by Conley. And that's now 33 points for Marc Gasol.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
With this big of a deficit in the score, you think the losing team would be playing harder. Nope, the opposite.
And again, it's the Suns missing. And the Grizzlies leading by 10. Pass to Jackson. Nailed from three-point land. Jackson's got 7 now in this quarter.
And since halftime, they have been locked and loaded from beyond.
Yeah, forcing defenders to come out and guard them, which could open up driving lanes if they want to take advantage of that.
Now, here's Warren. Over Gasol. And the shot by Warren, no good.
Yeah, it just seems whatever they do, nothing's working right now to stop the bleeding.
It takes an effort on both ends of the floor, and you have to find the right matchups to exploit. Tough night for him shooting the basketball, but this team has been resilient. That's why they've held the lead.
And Jackson with the block. Brooks against Bridges. Conley feeling it out. And there's the call on Devin Booker. That is his first foul of the game. The Suns making a switch here. Bender's checked in. And so it's Memphis with it. Their biggest lead of the game was 21. Suns trail by 13. Bridges kicks to Warren. Bridges passes to Warren. They need this one. It's deflected. Brooks with it. Outside Conley. Passes it to Anderson. Gasol inside. Over Bender. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Bender. And so he's picked up his final foul. And he will sit for the rest of this game. Ryan Anderson. He's checked in for Dragan Bender. He misses the free throw.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Rashawn Holmes. He's checked in for Phoenix. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
To the inside. It's tipped. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
You know, I love the effort just to get a hand in there. He is disrupting the offensive flow.
Now here's Conley. Left side Gasol. And finished off by Gasol.
Gasol is just so long. When he's driving to the hole, there's not a lot you can do to stop him.
Timeout called, the Suns.
Yeah, the amount of points they've given up here in the paint, that's what they got to talk about.
You know, for the most part, their perimeter D is holding up, but they might have to sacrifice some of that to close down the lane.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Marc Gasol.
Yeah, and his performance has been a jaw-dropper. He must have been feeling great coming into the building tonight, because once he hit the court, it was all working for him. He was in a zone.
I don't know if they expected him to have this much of an impact, but the timing couldn't have been better. They dropped 2 straight leading into this one and did not want to lose 3 in a row. Suns trail by 16. Booker outside. Warren against Jackson. Holmes passes to Bridges. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here.
Yeah, it's been about the rebounding. Really, that's the dividing line in this game.
There's the feed to Jackson. The pass to Gasol. Yep, that one goes. Gasol's got 38 points.
Marc Gasol, he's pretty good with a hand in his face. It doesn't bother him.
Bridges kicks to Warren. Wants to get it to Ariza and does. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And the Grizzlies leading by 16. Now Brooks. Outside Conley. There's the three. It's hauled in by the Suns.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Free throw drops for Ariza. The Suns making a switch here. Jackson's checked in. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:37 left in the fourth quarter. Booker against Conley. Outside Jackson. Smitty, every so often we'll hear about a team holding a players-only meeting. You've been there, I'm sure. You've gone through that. What exactly goes on in those discussions?
You know, Kevin, when you hear players-only meeting, something's going wrong with the team. Right. And obviously, we meet all the time, but when there's specific, in quotation, a players-only meeting, there's a lot of things that are going wrong with the team, with individuals, with the coaches or general managers. They are trying to find a way to hash it out, and those are never good.
The Suns shooting at 46%, making some buckets.
And there's no doubt about this one. Playing with a lot of confidence tonight. It's a statement victory for the Grizzlies.
They found a great rhythm from long range.
Yeah, Kevin, every time they left a man open deep, he'd get a good shot at the basket. Didn't hesitate, and that aggression paid off.
And during the long NBA season, each contest important here tonight. Tonight's win will give them 4 on the season.
And in a 3-game season series, they take the first 2, and certainly they've had the edge in this matchup.
And, you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Marc Gasol.
I'll tell you, his shot blocking made a big impact, whether it was on the ball or rotating over to help. He provided the intimidation factor this defense needed.
Catching up on the changes for Phoenix. Anderson, he's checked in for Warren. Troy Daniels comes in for Bridges. And it's Crawford in for Devin Booker. And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Crawford against Conley. So no problem for Memphis as they get the win. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks, Mark. It seemed like you guys came out early. You wanted to jump on him, and that would control the game. Was that what was going on?
Yes, and we started out that way, you know, and that was limped away a little bit. But, you know, we're learning, we're getting better, you know, and, you know, just a process.
You guys really coming together. Thanks very much. Back to you, Kevin.
David, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Steve Smith, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.